Welcome everyone, and this is one more play on a budget. Um, Today we're going to talk about a support Templar. Um, put a disclaimer out there already that there are a few decisions that you're going to have to make on this, um, and I'll go over them. It does not really affect too much in the normal day to day. But on high end wills, it starts having a little bit more effect. Since we're talking about budget, um, these differences will be a little bit different. Obviously, the more gear you have, the better gear, better consumables you're going to be using. Um, the more the strategy will change, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So I'm actually going to start with consumables today. Um, for actually, let's talk about the build real quick. There isn't a lot that you can change on this. Um, you're gonna want decks to close off, and this is where it starts getting kind of tricky, right? Right off the bat, we're already gonna start talking about that. Um, for low budget, I would recommend getting as close to 150 as you can. If you can get to 150, that's ideal. So if you have gear between, oh, but you're gonna be sacking people. All you need is HP. Yes, true. But depending on, if the person that you're sacking is getting dispelled, um, you're gonna have to adapt. And since this is a budget build, I am not doing a hammer build, which means you're gonna be a lot more dependent on gear than normal. But yeah, so 99 decks. Vit, you can't really get away from that. It is a support build. You just want to go 99. I've added everything else on strength, and that's for carrying more pots. You're gonna go through. See, I'm still 77%, so I'm gonna probably go over 1,000 Mistellas and about 400 chocolates. Um, but yeah, you're definitely gonna want to put on strength. Like I was saying, the alternative build for this is with a hammer, which is the god item that gives 40 dex. Um, if you do have access to that, then you're gonna want to start doing a lot less strength, even one strength, and then close off dex to 150. Um, and then at this point, now you start going less support and more aggressive. So you can actually go 149 dex instead of 150, as long as you can get your attack speed to over 185, I believe. So at I think 182 you start seeing the difference, but 185 is where you actually start noticing the improvement. And then if you can get to 190, yeah, I would say that's ideal. Remember, you're going to be wearing a mace class, so adrenaline will work. So if your server has adrenaline scroll, it would actually work, and that will remove the need to have all these 5 dex items, which then you can put HP or attack speed to get to that 150, and that's only to spam Gloria. And again, you're only going to be spamming Gloria if you're on strings, and hopefully a string that has high int. 99 int would be ideal, um, because you can actually start killing people with a pally. You can still kill them with this build. You're definitely going to need strings, and you know it might be making them run out of pots, but it's definitely possible. But let's talk about gear, right? So, like I said, I'm not going with a hammer, so I have to do drops on a mace. The reason why I'm going mace is because I want it to be indestructible. You and oh, but you have FCP. FCP should be able to save you. However, this build also has battle chant. And battle chant, once you use it, it gets rid of all the buffs, including the negative and positive. So you actually lose the FCP when wearing this. So I don't like depending on FCP just because I'm gonna be ruining my own FCP, right? Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go for dex items. As you can see, I have a bunch of dex items, um, and I'm still not doing great on the dex side of things. Um, I went with Glorious set. The Glorious set does give you the best non-Tau option. However, if you have the budget, you start switching this to a dark basilisk, whatever it's called. Um, the Mattel armor, the green armor. It's a. Here, let me see if I have one in Kafra. But yeah, Diablos ring. So 2 Diablos rings. And that's in this server. Diablos ring does give you stun protection. So that's why you'd go with that build. So this is the one I'm telling you about, right? So you want stun reduction, and then here's the Matil, which also gives you stun, and then each Diablos ring will give you stun resistance, and then if you can do that with a Pekko, it'll increase it more. If you can do it with a Tau, obviously that's going to be the best option. But you got to remember, you're going to be starting to sacrifice Dex. But yeah, so you start losing Dex because you're going to be using the hat. So you're going to want to enchant this armor with 3 Dex. You're probably going to want to upgrade these 2 Orleans gloves to make up for the points that you're going to lose. So these 2 will make up for that. The plus 3 Dex will almost make up for the hat. So you'll be 2 Dex short. And I mean, there's not much you can do. But at that point, if that's what you did, I would go with a Valk Manteau. Right? So you would upgrade it to a Valk. I guess I don't have it here on this account. But you'd go for a Valk Manteau with as much as an upgrade as you can. And then I would go for variant shoes. Or, I'm sorry, not variant shoes. Diablo's shoes with Green Ferris. But for this case, I'm going with Glorious set for the unfreeze and for the HP. I recommend going with the BG set. I actually tried to make a BG set with 3 decks, but I ran out of points, and I was unable to do it. But if you can do the Battleground set with 3 decks, that would actually be better than Glorious right here. You get a little bit less HP because you have the Unfrozen instead of the Pekko. You can have a Pekko as well, but I would at least have the priority be the Unfrozen. And then you'd want Raedric or Elliot for more HP. I would go for the Raedric because you might even tank Fist just with a Raedric and BG set. And then on the foot, if you can get a Green Ferris on that Battleground, that's the ideal. If not, then Matir is fine. Again, this is second option. The first option would be that. Second option here, Glorious is fine. But if you're gonna do Glorious, you're gonna need a consumable, which is a Box of Gloom. This will increase my dex in 3, I believe, or 4 when I use it. But I will only use it if I extremely need to cast instant. The cast is already going to be pretty good for sack. Devotion, right? Or I'm sorry, sack. Actually. Yeah. So you shouldn't need it. But if you're underneath like a precast and you need to get it off, you gotta cast it, then use one and you're good. But yeah, other than that, we got the Roman hat for 4 decks. Robo Eye for the 1 decks. The Well-Chewed Pencil for the 2 decks. Somewhere. There it is. The 2 nimble gloves for the 4 decks in each, and then the 4 decks here on the weapon. With all that, you will be sitting at 147, which is 3 away. And like I said, if you need it, you pop it and you have instant. Unfortunately, you are gonna have to use food. If you can use Vit food, it's not a bad idea, but you're gonna need at least a plus 10 Dex food here. And you're gonna need to be blessed the whole entire time, so take some blessed scrolls if your server has it. You don't need Agi, so authoritative badge from the Sohis or the guild supply boxes are fine. Speed pot to get away from any fist that you know that you can't tank, or to go save somebody from a fist. You just sack them right when they're about to get fisted, and hopefully you might die, but hopefully you take them with you. I'm doing Mastella. Like I said, I don't want to do anything that is ranked or anything like that. White chocolate, I have the quest for white chocolate, the SP items, in my channel. So if you don't know how to do the quest for this, it's cheap, and that's what I'll be using. This is just in case my priest's having issues opening warp, and just in case I need to go to Kafra in a good fight. Like I said, I'm avoiding using the items that are not, I wouldn't consider budget. The only other thing that I would recommend getting is an edge sword. Your attack speed is going to be absolutely terrible unless you have that other build that you start getting agi. But if there's a paladin annoying people, I mean, there's nothing a paladin can do against another paladin, so you might as well, at least you have a 3% chance of combing the person. So if people are hitting him and no one can kill him, you help out by hitting him as well, and then hopefully you can coma them. That's just for a toy. You can also use it with a magnum. So if you jump on people's stack, let's say if you're stacking a GTB champ, he's gonna jump on their stack. You jump with him, you sack him, and then you start using magnum break on their strings. With edge sword, you can actually kill people that way. So yeah, that's an option. No etc. Nothing. Looking at the items, or I'm sorry, the bar. You got the consumables, Magnum, as we talked about. This will also side out stalkers. We got Gloria Dominus as your main damage dealer. Your targets obviously are going to be wizards, biochems, champs. You want to focus those guys. If you actually have instant cast, it's actually kind of hard to see where it's coming from. So if you have strings and instant cast, you can kill people that are just aren't paying attention, you know. Sacrifice, you use that on your allies. Provoke, there is a strategy to play outside the guild, but that sort of depends if you have a wizard or not, or if like you're gonna get hit by AoE. But provoke level 10 does help on reducing the defense of your enemy. So if your killer is like a sonic blow, you actually help them by reducing their defense. But if you're outside a guild and you can play outside the guild, you can actually provoke anybody that froze. You do level 1 provoke on your friends, or level 10 on the damage to increase their damage. So yeah, that's good to have. These are going to be your main supports. You want to have this up at all time. Guard and Shield Reflect maxed out level 10. I do have Endure on the bar. The reason for that is during WoW, it actually gives you the M-Def. So if their magic attack is a little bit high, at least that's 10% less damage that you're going to take. So it's sometimes worth having them on the bar. I have my Speed Pot, Bless, and Box of Gloom in case of emergency, and BC. BC you want to use near your friends that are in your party, and it'll give them random effects. Keep in mind, BC will remove all your buffs, including FCP. So if you're buffed and you use it, it's bad. But in the good side, if you get stripped, if a stalker takes off all your gear, you can just use that and you can re-equip all your gear, no problem. Unfortunately, it won't repair breaks, so if your armor breaks, there's not much you can do. But yeah. I guess the hint that I can give you for Pally is, you know, if you can, make sure you're reflecting as much as possible. Put yourself in situations where, you know, the champ will come for you. If you can, even if you die, but you take a champ with you, depending on how many champs or how many other killers the other side has, you might just have made the difference. And a lot of the times, if you glory them right when they're about to fish you, it might actually help you tank the fist, and they might kill them because they're gonna do less damage, but they're still gonna get reflected. And I think that's it. Oh, I'm sorry. You want to have cure on the bar as well. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I put bash on the bar just because I have plenty of room, but that's just to stun people. But you shouldn't need it. Shield boomerang is gonna be your main way to like disturb cast. But yeah, I wouldn't put defensive aura. That doesn't really help much. PvP, PvE, it's actually pretty good for like bio and guardians, but PvP I never really needed it. You definitely want to have Peko. That'll increase your weight limit. And yeah, that's it. Make sure you before the war starts, you want to right click on your sack targets, anybody that you want to sacrifice, right? And you want to add them as friend, because you want to play on this window where your entire party will have a bunch of people that you don't need to sacrifice, but on your friend list will only be the people that you want to sacrifice. So you can actually press your hotkey and then click here, and it'll sacrifice that person. So definitely use your friends list more than the party window, just because there'll be other people in the party. Another quick little hint that I can give you. This might be the case in your server or during whenever you're playing this, but if there are no bards, or if the bard on the other team is solely string and they're not frost joking, and the main problem on the other side is a wizard, you can fix that by keeping the glorious, right? And then you're gonna swap your foot and mid to a, if you have a nid, I don't even know if a nid is actually necessary, but you wanna put rosary instead of gloves. And then there's a slotted mid and top that you can wear that reduces water in 10%. I don't recall which card that is. I believe it's a card. But actually, instead of the gloves, I would actually use KVM, because it'll reduce 10 on each one, give you the HP, and still reduce cast. Might actually be a better option. I'm gonna take them both to 0 and give them a try. But yeah, double. You won't get instant cast. You get a little bit more HP, right? It's almost 26 now. You're clearly gonna be below. So let's see if I buff food. That puts me at 139. Oh yeah, that's way off. So even with improved concentration, you're still way off. But the cast should still be fast. I mean, that's without strings. It is possible. Um, but yeah, so if you do these two instead of Brandium Shield for the 500 HP, you want to go with a Valk shield. That would give 20 resistant to water, 30, 40 from these. Trying to find the proxy that I'm trying to tell you about here. Let's see, I think I have it. But maybe if you can get a flame manto, right? Or to be honest, I'll probably even do this on a title shoes um and the yellow cape. I forgot the name. But yeah, it will look something like this. It's a marine card, I believe. I cannot find it. Is this it? No, there's no way that's it. That's the MDev's one. Well, I wish I had it. But there's a card that goes into the wool scarf. So wool scarf and title. So you put both of them. The title actually gives 5% resistance, which helps. But the combo will give you that 10 or 12% HP. With the card, you want the Mateer or I'm sorry, Green Ferris. If you can't get a Green Ferris, you go Mateer on the shoes, and on the cape, the water version of this card, which gives 30%. I think, like I said, I think it's Marina. That will give you immunity, or I'm sorry, 30. Let's count that again: 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75% resistance to water, plus the top. So mid, you want to use the water resistant one. So that would give you 10% there on the water. So that's 85. And then I believe that's already enough. You don't even need the hat. The hat you can leave whatever you want. But there is the cold proof potion, which will increase, I believe, 15%. If it's not 15, it's 10, and then you need another 5 or 10 from on your hat. But yeah, so with that setup, the idea is you get 100% reduction to water. You can actually walk into Stormgust, you won't freeze, it won't hit you. And then you have the Glorious Suit giving you that 20% HP. And you'll be unfrozen. So you won't freeze, but you will also not get hit by Stormgust. Meanwhile, keeping your HP high, and your resistance to a lot of things pretty high. But yeah, I hope that helps. I hope you have some fun with the Paladin. And I'll see you next time.